NBC5 News at 6 starts now.
8 years ago today, the Butte Creek Mill burned to the ground in the early morning hours. Today, the historic mill is almost fully repaired and its country store is open to the public. Merry Christmas and thanks for choosing NBC5 News at 6. I'm Derek Strom. Jenna King has the night off and NBC5's Lauren Preto has our top story tonight at 6.
I happened to be down at the fire that morning when the mill was burning down. It was very heartbreaking.
On Christmas Day morning back in 2015, the Butte Creek Mill was decimated by a fire. Jackson County Fire District responded within minutes, but by then the flames had overtaken the building. Bob Russell, the previous owner of the mill, said he didn't know what was happening until it was too late.
I got up, I just live across the street, and walked downstairs, and my living room was orange, and thought that's weird, and a split second later, I glanced out my window, and the mill was fully engulfed.
Investigators later said the cause of the fire was an electrical malfunction. Co-chair of the Butte Creek Mill Foundation, John Parsons, says insurance didn't help them much.
The mill had very minimal insurance because of the history, how old the building was, and no one would insure it. So the insurance basically covered the cleanup of the building.
The mill was originally built in 1872. It remains to this day the last water-powered mill that operates west of the Mississippi. Russell says the mill had grown to become a hub for the community, and they weren't going to let it die in the flames.
Somebody put a microphone in my face, some nice news media person, and said, "Are you going to rebuild?" And I said, "Yeah, if it makes sense." And the next day we had an 8-foot banner up in front of the mill, the smoldering mill, saying that we will rebuild.
Over the course of the next 8 years, community members and the nonprofit raised over $2.5 million to repair the mill. But rebuilding the mill wouldn't be enough. They wanted to make an exact replica of the old building.
And we wanted to rebuild it authentically, so every dimensional piece of lumber in here is exactly what was here in 1872. But we got it done, and there have been all kinds of starts and stops and issues raising money, but we've had the entire Rogue Valley has just been fantastic.
Now that it's back in action, what does the future of the mill hold? Giving back to the community that helped revive it, of course.
Now, being a nonprofit, we want to be able to give back. So there are thoughts in the future of things such as, again, scholarships for kids, educational purposes, getting more kids through the mill.
The country store is now back open. Parsons says they hope to make the store sustainable enough that they no longer have to rely on donations.
We're so proud. Every time I walk across the street from my house, I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. And I don't think there were many people who thought we'd ever pull it off, to tell you the truth, but we have.
Lauren Preto reporting. Butte Creek Mill's country store is open 5 days a week right now, but Russell told us those hours might change as they approach the post-holiday season.